Our readings today speak with clarity about what it means to belong to God and what it means to be free. So in our first reading, we heard of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, three young men who refused to bow to a golden idol, even under the threat of death. So their answer to King Nebuchadnezzar is somewhat fearless. If our God, whom we serve, can save us, but even if he will not, know, O king, that we will not serve your God. So by their statement, my dear brothers and sisters, they chose fidelity over survival. They chose the truth over compromise. And what happened after displaying this fidelity, after avoiding compromise? The three of them were thrown into the white-hot furnace. But then we learn that when they were in the furnace, the three of them were not alone. God joined them, who was described in our first reading as a fourth figure, appearing like a son of God. So fire did not touch them, and the king was forced to admit that these men served the true God, because they would rather burn than bow to their idols. Then we hear Jesus in our gospel reading today, taken from St. John, telling those who believed in him, "If you remain in my word, you will truly be my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." But instead of believing, the Jews who heard the statement were offended. No? They said, "We have never been slaves." But Jesus made it clear, everyone who commits a sin is a slave of sin. Freedom then, my dear brothers and sisters, is about living in the truth. It is about living in the Lord. Because if we are truly honest, we all know what it feels like to be chained. We all know what it feels like when we are enslaved, especially to our anger, to our pride, to our fear, to our egos, or to the desire to please others more than God. But remember, in the gospel, Jesus says, you can be free from all of it, but only if you live in my word, but only if you remain in me. Out of fear for their lives, the three young men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, could have walked away because they were threatened by the king. They could have bent their knees and saved their lives. But they were already free. The three of them knew that they were already free because they knew who they were. They knew that they were children of God. And they believed that no other king, no earthly king, could touch this knowledge and reality. So in the same way, Jesus tells us that freedom does not come from doing whatever we want, my dear brothers and sisters. Freedom comes from doing what is right. It comes from abiding in him, from trusting in him, even when the furnace gets hot. So where do you think in our life are we being asked to stand firm like the three young men in our first reading? Maybe it is in our families or at work, or maybe it can also be the battles within us, temptations, destructions, and other crises. So may we not forget that our world readily offers golden statues for all of us to worship every day. And sometimes, the fire of challenges can be real. But in the midst of all of this, please remember that we are not alone. Christ is also in the fire with us. Christ will also be in the furnace with us. And his truth does not just make us safe, it would also make us free. So my dear brothers and sisters, in this celebration, let us also ask for the courage of the three young men as we also celebrate today the Day of Valor. Let us ask for the grace to stay rooted in the truth, and let us remember that when we stand with Christ, no fire can touch us, no fire can consume us, because we are children of the Father, and His Son, Jesus Christ, has made us free. Amen.